Okay, here we are at the beginning of chapter 27 of book 5 of Caesar's Gallic War. In chapter 27, the Eburones with Ambiorix attacked Sabinus's camp and chased them off, and now the Eburones are asking to have a chat. Okay, so here we are. He is sent to them for the sake of speaking. Gaius Arpaneus. Oh, so Gaius Arpaneus is sent to them, presumably to the Eburones, for the purpose of speaking. We have our ablative causa with the genitive gerund, show purpose. Who is he? He's a Roman knight, and he's a friend of Quintus Titurius. Remember, Quintus Titurius is also Sabinus, okay? And that's very important to remember, both that name and that this guy is a friend of his, okay? And Quintus Junius, a certain guy from Spain, okay? Not sure why that's important. Could have something to do with Caesar's earlier expedition in Spain. Okay. And what about this guy? Oh, who was accustomed. Notice here, consuerat is from consuesco, which is an inceptive verb. The idea is consuesco means to become accustomed to. So what we have here is the pluperfect form. We might say had been accustomed to. Some translators do. Some just say was accustomed to, almost like it were an imperfect. Okay, because he, in the present tense, you become accustomed to, but when you hit the perfect tense, then you have become accustomed to. Okay, it's one of those words that we've seen those words before. Okay, so so who was accustomed to frequent? Okay, to this is the frequentative of venio venire. So who was accustomed to frequently go to Ambiorix, who now already, okay, had become accustomed, okay, to frequently go by means of being sent of Caesar, like by a mission of Caesar or something like that, by a being sent of Caesar. This is one of those fourth declension nouns that's closely related to the fourth principal part, in this case of mito mitere. Okay. Apud quos, among whom, okay, I guess among these guys that Caesar sent, Ambiorix, okay, ad hunc modum, in this way, spoke. Okay, now, we are entering on a big, long piece of indirect statement, where Cicero reports a speech of Ambiorix in indirect statement. And one thing we have to think about to begin with is that we are in secondary sequence, okay? So confitere here is going to, which is going to depend on debere. We'll have to translate it as a past tense because we are in secondary sequence. Okay, it's a it's a present infinitive. Okay, so and so we have. So he spoke in this way, right? That he, okay, that it is important there to remind us we're in indirect statement. That he, okay, and then notice the sandwich here, okay. We have a sense unit here, okay, with inse in the middle, okay. On behalf of the kindnesses of Caesar towards him, okay. That he confesses that he owes very much to him being Caesar, okay? Because he had been freed from having to pay tribute, okay, by means of his effort, that is Caesar's effort, okay? Because Aduatuki, so to by the Aduatuki, his neighbors, to pay, he had become accustomed. Oh, he had become accustomed to pay the Aduatuki, his neighbors, okay, because to him, and let's go to the next page. Okay, so to him, let's see, where are you? Here we go. Okay, to him, both son and of brother's son by Caesar had been sent back. Oh, because his son and his brother's son apparently had been sent back by Caesar. Okay, whom, those guys whom, I guess the sons, okay, whom the Autoatuki, perhaps the subject of tenuissent, of hostages, in a number, maybe, by a number having been sent. Oh, whom, having been sent, amongst the number of hostages, the Autoatuki had held, okay, this must be the direct object of tenuissent, amongst themselves in slavery and in chains. So they apparently had been used as hostages, either taken forcibly or given in a peace treaty. And the servitude and change here is important because sometimes hostages were treated rather well, but in this case, apparently not. Okay, at least they were by the Romans. Okay, and this, okay, which he did concerning the attack of the camp. Oh, he's going to explain here why he had something to do with this attack on the camp. Okay, and so this, and then we have nekwe, so and not, right? Okay, and not, so neither by judgment nor by free will. Oh, his own free will. Oh, okay, so he's saying not by his judgment or his own free will did he do this, or had he done this, secondary sequence. And so he had not done this thing, which he did concerning the attack of the camp, either by his own judgment or by his own free will, but by means of what? By means of the compulsion of his state, or his people. And remember, we're still in an indirect statement, so, and this, and his authorities, if you want to be literal, hyperliteral, was, okay, of this kind. And now he's going to explain what kind of authority it is. That, let's see, so that no less, he says, he have of right over them, or him, or multitudo is going to be our subject. Okay, so subject of haberet is multitudo. That the result being that, okay, the multitude has no less of right or authority, okay, partitive genitive with an adjective of quantity, okay, than, comparative, than he himself over the multitude. Okay, so he's not an absolute ruler, apparently. He's saying he's got to do what his people tell him to do sometimes, or most of the time, or who knows. Okay, and then civitate, so dative, moreover, this was of the war the cause, okay. Oh, moreover, he's going to explain here, with the quad clause, that this was the cause of the war, had been the cause of the war, secondary sequence, for his state, okay, because it was not able, okay, so we have our, another one of our many subjunctives, why? In indirect statement, okay, we're in subordinate clauses indirect statement, because it was not able, okay, apparently the state, okay, some translations have this, he was not able, that it was not able to resist the conspiracy. Resisto takes the dative case. What kind of conspiracy? Oh, a sudden conspiracy of the Gauls. That's part one. We'll finish this chapter up in part two.